Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are well. My name is Aaliyah and today's video is all about applying lashes, lash application. I have gotten so many requests to do a video like this because people tell me all the time that they have such a hard time with applying lashes, and I once had a hard time myself. But with time and with practice and when you keep doing it, I find that it becomes easier and easier, and I'm at the point where I can apply lashes without even looking in the mirror. So I mean, it's not the best, obviously. It's gonna be worse than if I was to have a mirror, but I can still pretty much get it done. So if you would like to know how to apply lashes, then please keep on watching. Okay, so before I actually get into the lash application, I did want to cover a couple of things. So I want to talk about choosing the right eyelash shape for your shape of eye. A lot of times I find that people make the mistake in choosing the wrong shape of lash for their eye, and they either don't enjoy it when they apply it, they find it even harder to apply, or even worse, they can't see any of their makeup because their eyelashes are covering it because they chose the wrong shape. So I wrote a couple of notes down, so I will be referring back to my phone a couple times because I did want to write some points there that I would not forget when talking. So yeah, let's begin with round eyes. If you have round eyes similar to Katy Perry, and if you can see the white around your iris, which is this right here, if you can see the white around it without widening your eyes like a maniac, then most likely you have round eyes. And to kind of accentuate but also at the same time flatter that eye shape, it's best to go with a wispy lash that kind of has more drama towards the end of the lash, if that makes sense. So kind of like a cat eye, that I hope to give your eyes a little bit more of a slanted, tilted look that most people go for when they want to create the more seductive looking eye. If you like your own round eyes, however, you can go with the more wispy regular shape, but I think that it's better to kind of avoid making your eye look wider, if that makes sense, because your eyes are already beautifully wide. I think that making them look super wide will give like a cartoony kind of maniac effect. Unless that's what you're going for, then that's totally fine. But yeah, that's what you would choose for a round eye. So if you have almond shaped eyes similar to mine, similar to Rihanna and Beyonce, then I recommend going for any type of lash. To be honest, we are kind of lucky, we're blessed in that department. We can go with any lash style and it will pretty much match or suit our eyes. I prefer more wispy lashes, or lashes that have a little bit of drama towards the end, kind of like the ones I was mentioning for the round eyes, because I feel like it accentuates it more and makes my eyes look even more slanted and even more like, I don't know, just seductive. Yeah, and I really do love mink lashes. So if you have hooded eyes and you find that your brow bone tends to come over your eye a little bit, similar to Jennifer Lawrence, then I recommend going for a very natural lash, a lash that kind of just boosts and enhances your natural beauty, but nothing too dramatic, because a lot of times I find that with dramatic lashes, they can kind of drown out your eyes and make your eyes look even smaller and more like pushed in, if that makes any sense. So I recommend going for a more natural lash. If you have deep set eyes like Natalie Portman, then it's similar to the hooded eyes because there's still going to be some protruding of the brow bone, which is going to play a big part in the lashes that you choose. So I recommend going for something that's a little bit more long so that it can bring out your eyes from being so deep set. So basically something that's going to help bring your eyes forward rather than push them back in. So you do want to go more for length versus volume. And lastly, if you have a monolid like many of our Asian friends out there, then I recommend to go for a crisscross style of lash, something that's going to make your eyes pop, that's going to make them look bright and just wide open, and also give that eye some more character without looking too dramatic and drowning your eye in the lash. Don't get me wrong, I've seen plenty of people with monolid do a dramatic lash. It's totally up to you. Like I said, makeup is all about having fun and trying out new things, so it's totally up to you, but it is recommended that you go for more of a crisscross or wispy style of lash. So now that we got the eye shapes out of the way, it's time to start with the actual application. So today I will be using these lashes here. These are one of my favorite mink lashes from AliExpress. I'll link them below because these are my absolute favorite and they're so inexpensive. I got them for like $2. So yeah, I recommend these to everyone. Well, of course, if the style matches your eye shape, that is. But yeah, these are in the style D08. They don't really have cute names, unfortunately, on AliExpress, but it's fine. As long as I know how to pick them out, that's all I really care about. So yeah, I have worn these a couple of times before. I'm not really going to get into the cleansing of lashes. Maybe I'll do a separate video for that if you guys are interested. But yeah, I just want to show you guys what they look like. This is what they look like. Very nice and very wispy. Very long, very dramatic, and very sexy. So first you want to take the lash off. If it's a brand new lash and it hasn't been touched before, you just freshly bought it, I recommend using tweezers to take it off just so that you don't ruin them. These, like I said, I've worn them before so I can plop them right off using my hand because they're not that stuck to the actual packaging. So now I'm going to get into my glue. I'm going to be using a white clear glue today. If you prefer using black lash adhesive, that's totally up to you. I just find that you have to be a little bit more careful with the application because the black will dry black, and if you get some on your eyelid by accident, it can totally ruin your whole look. But if you know what you're doing, then be my guest. And another thing about black glue that actually can be a good thing is that it can give you the effect of having black liner on. So if you don't feel like doing your liner, it can kind of give that look for you. So that's a good thing about it. But I prefer my clear gel. It's just easier for me to work with, and if I mess up, then it dries clear and I don't see a thing. So for one of my eyes, I'm just going to show you guys how I apply it with tweezers. I can do it with either tweezers or my hand, but I find that tweezers is good for working on other people's eyes. So what you want to do, notice how I'm looking down. You guys can see my whole lash line, and I'm looking down, you can see everything. That's because it's best to look down when you're applying your lashes versus doing this and putting it on like that, because you will not be able to see. Another thing that you do not want to do is close your eye and try to keep one eye open while applying it, because doing that, the eye that's closed is not going to get the proper application because it's going to be scrunched up while you're trying to have a flat surface. So like I said, the best thing to do is to keep both eyes open. Like I said, I have mine up here, my mirror, but if you're just starting out, it's much easier to keep your mirror really below you. So after you've applied your glue, I almost forgot to mention, you do want to make sure that it gets a little tacky. Do not apply the glue and then put it directly on your eye. Let it sit for a little bit, even blow on it a little bit, at least 5 seconds. Let it get a little sticky so that way it'll be easier when you apply your lash. And what you want to do is make sure that you're looking down, take the tweezer and you apply it going upwards right to your lash. So you want to make sure it's pushed in to your lash versus it being just pressed right on, if that makes sense. So take it and push it under. You basically want to apply it with the lashes turned up. And as you can see, my lash is applied. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like lashes just makes the whole look, honey. It just turns everything around. That went from like 100 to like 1,000. I am so happy with that. Now I'm going to show you how I apply it with using my hand versus the tweezer. Because for me, it's a little bit easier to use my hand, but for some people, they find that the tweezer is easier. It's all about what you try and what you find works best for you, preference. Either way, you can get the job done. So I'm going to show you guys that. And as you can see, both lashes are applied. So after your lashes are applied, you can choose to put on mascara if you like, or you can leave them bare. It's totally up to you. But that concludes this video. I hope you did enjoy, and I hope you found it to be a little bit helpful and informative for applying your lashes. If you did enjoy the video, you can let me know by giving me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel, become a part of my family. I would love it so much. And you can comment below to let me know if there's any other videos that you would like to see from me. As usual, I'm sending so much love your way, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!